Hey, what's up guys? Dr. Jeff Knight here, wanting to share some insight and information on homeoprophylaxis. It's been a topic that I've been getting a lot of questions of lately ever since I was on the Wellness Mama's podcast. If you haven't checked out her podcast, she's awesome. She just creates tons of great information. So do go check out Wellness Mama, not only to hear the podcast that I was a part of, but also she does several incredible interviews with lots of great experts. And she has a lot of great information to share. So I wanted to just answer a few questions. I've gotten a lot from being on that podcast on homeoprophylaxis. So homeoprophylaxis, many of you have maybe heard of me share a little bit about it, but it's a way to acquire real immunity without the negative effects of the ingredients found in vaccines. So if you are concerned or worried about any vaccine damage or injury that could take place to you or your child, this is a great way to obtain immunity, okay? And some of the questions that have been asked are, number one, what is in the kit that comes with homeoprophylaxis? What illnesses does it cover? Another question that was asked was, can I use this for a school exemption? Some other people have asked also, how do I get this? And etc. So let me just answer those few questions. First and foremost, I'll tell you what illnesses are included, and let me just show you what a kit looks like. So you got this kit, you open it up, and it's got these little different vials here with the homeopathic remedies, the homeoprophylaxis. So they're just little pellets. They're teeny things, and you can actually just put it inside the mouth of your child, and it dissolves. All right. So it's very simple. There's eight different illnesses that it covers, and 2 different remedies for each illness. And there's a rhyme and a reason behind all that. Definitely, the ones that are included here. You've got mumps, measles. You've got tetanus, polio, pertussis, Haemophilus influenza B or Hib, meningitis, and pneumonia. Okay, so there's 8 of them, and there's different times that you would take it. Of course, I coach a lot of individuals on how to do this directly. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely shoot us an email at info@truenorthchiro.com, and we would be happy to share information and send out some frequently asked questions, give you details as far as what that would look like as far as the investment and whatnot. But it's very simple to administer. It's an incredible resource. We've been using it with our children, and our youngest daughter, she's 3 years old. It's been excellent. It's been an awesome resource for her. We've also used a flu shot version of homeoprophylaxis, and it's fantastic. In fact, our family this past winter during cold and flu season, we barely got touched. In fact, if we had anything, it would maybe last for a very short while, maybe hours, if a day or so. And this was even with our kids, playing with kids in the neighborhood who ended up finding out that they were going home and having to stay home from school sick because of getting the flu. So just figured I'd throw that in there too, because I know a lot of people are concerned during cold and flu season as far as some safe options as well to avoid having to get a flu shot. So again, there's a flu shot version of this too, which is something else that I provide for my patients and my clients. And if that's something you're interested in, again, just shoot us an email, and we'd be happy to respond with any information on that. But to answer your question about, one of the questions was with schools. Now, so living in Utah, we are a state where we do have the opportunity to have a religious exemption or a philosophical exemption. Now, every other state in the country has that opportunity, as far as I know, except California, West Virginia, and Mississippi. So if you live in one of those 3 states, the only way you can avoid vaccination is by doing a medical exemption. And that would basically mean, unfortunately, that your child may have already had a bad reaction to a vaccine, and then they could offer an exemption. Otherwise, then you would have to go through and do the vaccine. Now, Some families will choose to just avoid doing vaccines until their child is 5 years old and ready to go to kindergarten, and then they would do the vaccine. So you can do that, but I know as far as public schools go in California, West Virginia, and Mississippi, you know, that's kind of the rule there. So I did do a video last week where I discussed if you do choose to vaccinate, or if you feel compelled that you have to do it, then I did offer some insights as far as some great supplements that you can use. Again, it's something that I would encourage you to contact a healthcare practitioner such as myself that understands detoxing and understands how to help individuals if they have had toxic exposures such as heavy metals, you know, and some of those other ingredients that are found in there. So definitely keep that in mind. All right. However, if you do live in a state and you still want to show, hey, I'm not just not vaccinating, but I am doing homeoprophylaxis, I've got some resources that I can share with you that you could take to your school and say, hey, here's what I'm doing. My child is still, you know, safe and creating immunity, and they're protected. It's just doing it a different way, not with vaccinations. So that's some other tips that you can also include. And last but not least, let's see, I want to say there was one other question and I can't think of it at this moment. But you know what? I'm sure it'll come up, and maybe one of you guys listening will be like, hey, what about this? So for sure, throw down any questions in the comments below. You know, drop those down, and also I'd love to hear where you guys coming from. Those that are watching and listening, throw in the comments what city you're coming from. I always love to see, you know, the people that are connecting with me, and just love serving in any way possible. So anyone that is interested in homeoprophylaxis, yes, I can help. Yes, I can do it virtually, and I can guide you through the process. You know, once you get the information and you get the training and the education, it's definitely something that can be pretty easy. However, starting out and doing it just, you know, from the get-go without understanding all the little details, it can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming, and especially, you know, wanting to make sure you're doing it the right way. So I would definitely recommend contacting someone like myself. Again, at Dr. Jeff Knight, True North Chiropractic and Wellness Center, or you can just send an email to info@truenorthchiro.com. But I hope this has been helpful and beneficial, and I look forward to connecting more with you all in the future. Have a wonderful weekend, and happy Easter as well.